Hello, welcome back to the channel Awesome Learning. We are going to discuss about the various parts of flower. We have already discussed the types of you can say the flower based on the positioning of gynoecium along with the other whorls. Now we are going to discuss about the various parts of flower. So as we know that the four main parts of flower are calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So let's see one by one what difference will they create. Let's begin with that. A little bit of uploading will take place here. Okay. Yeah, now we are set. So children, here as you see, first one we will discuss about the calyx. As I told you, calyx is collection of sepals. You can see collection of sepals is called calyx, and it is the outermost whorl of flower. I told you, if you remember, I told you that the sequence, when you name the whorls, the sequence will always be same. The sequence will always be like first one should be calyx, then corolla, then androecium and then gynoecium. So this sequence, why we follow the sequence? Because they are according to the placement. कहाँ पर वो पहले कौन आएगा? तो sepals are the outermost whorl. So that is why we always name sepals or the calyx to be number one. So it is made up of, calyx is made up of sepals. Generally sepals are green in color and they appear to be leaf-like. They generally a layman will think that it is a small leaf, but actually it is a sepal which is green in color, and the function is to protect the flower when the flower is in a bud stage. So you see, when the flower is in the bud stage, the petals are closed. So calyx forms an outer covering and it protects the flower in the bud stage. Then children, calyx may be gamosepalous. Now gamo means fused and sepalous means sepals. So when the sepals are united or when the sepals are fused, that is gamosepalous. Now here you see all the sepals are fused, they are not separate. So that is gamosepalous. But if the sepals are free, here this sepal is free from this one. All of them are not attached to each other, they are free. So this is polysepalous. So if the sepals are fused, the condition is called gamosepalous, and if the sepals are free, the condition is known as polysepalous. Next is corolla. As I told you, collection of sepals is calyx. Similarly, collection of petals is called corolla. So it is the whorl inner to calyx. Just after the calyx, we mention corolla. It is composed of petals, I told you. Petals are brightly colored generally. And why are they brightly colored? To attract the insects for pollination. So insects get attracted to the bright colors and they come and sit on the petals, and in this you can say process, they actually perform pollination. Corolla also can be gamopetalous, that is again fused petals, or polypetalous, free petals. As you see here, fused and free petals. Okay. Shape and color of the corolla vary in plants. Corolla may be tubular, it may be bell shaped, it can be funnel shaped or wheel shaped. Any shape can be there, any of the shape can be there in corolla. Next we come to children estivation. Now what is estivation? It is the mode of arrangement of sepals and petals. Now we have only spoken about sepals and petals here. So here estivation means how are the sepals or petals arranged in the floral bud. So there are four types of estivations: valvate, twisted, imbricate and vexillary. Now you see here, they have shown you the estivations here, and they have also shown these estivations in the form of floral diagram. So this is called floral diagram, and this is actually the how the sepals or petals are placed in a particular estivation. So we will be discussing one by one. First one is valvate estivation. Children, in this estivation, either the sepals or petals in a whorl just touch one another at the margin. Now you see this petal and the next one is just touching onto the margin. They are not overlapping each other. They are not covering each other. They are just touching with the margin to margin. So to represent this in a floral diagram, we draw valvate like this. So this resembles either it can be a petal or it can be a sepal. Whatever it is, if it is a valvate estivation, we will just draw them. Little bit of gap should be there, and then we will be touching the margins. You cannot just attach them because they are not fused. So a little bit gap should be there, but yes, the margin, they are touched from margin to margin, because if we join them, then that condition will be fused. So we have not mentioned here whether it is fused or it is free. We are saying that they are not overlapping, they are just touching from end to end. So such type of estivation is called valvate. Example is calotropis. Next is twisted. Now in this type of estivation, one margin of the appendage overlaps the other. You see, one is overlapping the other. Now this either, suppose this is a petal. Suppose the estivation is about a petal. So this petal is being overlapped by the next one. This is being overlapped by the next one. This is being, so each and every petal, हर petal के ऊपर एक overlapping है. आप देखो, हर petal के ऊपर एक next वाले petal की overlapping है. So such type of estivation, चाहे वो petals में हो, चाहे वो sepals में हो, this is called twisted. Example, China rose, lady's finger and cotton. Next is imbricate estivation. The margins of sepals or petals overlap one another but not in a particular direction. अब यहाँ पर overlapping, if you see, it is in a particular direction. The overlapping अगर ये है तो ये एक particular direction में, यहाँ overlap हुआ, उसके बाद this is getting overlapped, this is getting overlapped, this is, so एक particular direction में overlapping है, you see. Okay, but here it is not so. Because of that, आप देखो एक पेटल दोनों तरफ से अंदर है और एक दोनों तरफ से बाहर है, ओवरलैप्ड है. आप देखो, दिस पेटल इज बीइंग ओवरलैप्ड बाय बोथ द साइड्स. इधर से भी ओवरलैप हो रहा है, इधर से भी ओवरलैप हो रहा है, बट इस पेटल में दोनों तरफ से ये ओवरलैप कर रहा है, हो नहीं रहा. So this is the difference between imbricate and twisted estivation. So this here the examples can be cassia and gulmohar. And the last estivation is vexillary, which is very interesting and important. In this case, there are 5 petals. You see, the largest one, this one, the largest one is the standard, and this largest one overlaps the 2 lateral petals. See, these are the 2 lateral ones. So largest one is overlapping the 2 lateral wings, which in turn, and these lateral wings are again overlapping the smallest anterior petals. Okay, and these anterior ones are called keel. The anterior ones are called keel, and they are fused ears because they are joining. See, the keel is fused, they are joining. So such type of estivation is called vexillary estivation. Example is pea and bean. Okay, so this was all about estivations.